Today's episode of the More You Know podcast is brought to you by CrowdQuestion, a brand new social communication platform focused on connecting crowds to bring everyone closer to their community, as well as enhancing any occasion. Rather than being a social media platform focused on content and advertising, they're focused on communication and connection. Learn more about the platform and download the app free at crowdquestion.com.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
Today's
More
You
No
podcast.
Today I want to share the four most common forms of excuses that David Schwartz shares in his book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Excuses get in the way of progress, and a lot of people ruin the potential for great things with self-sabotage, and in a lot of ways excuses are the first step to failure. What it comes down to is that if you want to find success in avenues of life, you must stop making excuses, because they're the predecessors to failure. So I now want to go through the four most common forms of excuses. The first is, but my health isn't good. These are excuses like I don't feel good, or I've got such and such wrong with me. To get rid of this form of excuses, first refuse to talk about your health. Second, refuse to worry about your health. Third, be genuinely grateful that your health is as good as it is. And fourth, remind yourself often that it's better to wear out than rust out. Next, the second form of excuses is that you've got to have a brain to succeed. These are excuses like I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the brains for that. And to get rid of these excuses, there's two things that are drastically important to understand. The first is that we often underestimate our own brain power, and the second is that we overestimate other people's brain power. From here, the third form of excuses surround that you're too young or too old. And to quickly cure these form of excuses, the first thing you should do is look at your present age positively. Don't think you're still too young or already too old. And also invest future time into what you really want to do. And finally, the fourth form of common excuses surrounds having bad luck. And to get rid of this mentality, first realize that you largely create your own luck. And this is because of the law of cause and effect. If you put in preparation, planning, and then take action, you should receive a positive effect. And also, don't be an unrealistically wishful thinker. You must be proactive. It's easy to let excuses get in the way of success, sometimes even subconsciously when you're unaware of it. But regardless, by being aware of these four most common forms of excuses, you can begin to eliminate them from your life, and doing so will lead to higher levels of success and fulfillment, along with making it easier to make a tremendous impact in this world and craft a life of significance. I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it. Check out other episodes. Leave a review. Follow the podcast on social media at More You Know Pod, and sign up for CrowdQuestion to ask me questions about the episode. Again, thank you for listening as we propel through podcasting with the More You Know.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
Today's
More
You
No
podcast.